between Valparaiso and Chesterton. A number of cars have derailed on both trains. You can see that these bi-level double-stack cars have accordioned up behind the locomotives that crashed. They have piled up one atop each other. There's an active fire that is working down in there. I believe that fire may have been generated by some of the diesel fuel on board at least one of the locomotives that were all but destroyed. There is a tank car that is being heated up down there by the flames. Let me see you get a little bit further into the scene here and look around the trees. You can see that there's a tank car on its side, and there is some flame impingement on the side of that tank car. Local fire departments, fire companies here, a multitude of rural fire companies are out here attempting not so much to put out the fire, but keep it contained and cool down the tank cars that were involved. Now, there was some word that there was a collision between trains. There's a Union Pacific, what we call a unit train. You see over here on this track, these are all tank cars, low-pressure tank cars, and that is one singular cargo. I believe that may have been ethanol. The hazmat placards on the side of those in just a few minutes. Around the scene. Is obviously rammed into something, come off the rail line, and has piled up. There are two locomotives on one side of the freight line, and down in that column of smoke, there's another heavily damaged locomotive that is obscured by. Now, I do know that two crew members have been taken in an unknown condition to Porter Memorial Hospital. The condition and the extent of their injuries is unknown at this hour. There's also a multitude of cargoes that may be involved in here, not only non-liquefied cargo, bulk cargo in these bi-level, bi-stack cars that you see down here, essentially the intermodal containers that you see on the back of trucks when they're on the roadways. Here, they're stacked one on top of each other into a nested set, and they are bolted together. That's why they have essentially not come apart. But there's also some liquefied cargo that is down there: sulfur, alcohol, ammonia, and propane, which is liquefied petroleum gas. Yes, Kate?
Chris, is this a hazmat situation, and have you been told, we had understood that the school had been evacuated? Is there an imminent threat for people living in this area?
Well, there's a certain potential problems with hazardous material in even if there was no other cargo, because they have split open diesel fuel tanks on the locomotives that were involved here. The cargoes that are in some of these tank cars, we're going to have to get a little bit closer to try and take a look down there. Exactly what kind of cargo goes in.
Okay, we lost Chris Habermel there. Freight trains collide in Porter County. You can see quite a mess out there. We've just been told 2 patients have been transported to Porter Hospital in stable condition. Possible the NTSB will certainly be on the scene trying to exactly what happened. This is a collision that then resulted in a derailment, a serious situation in Porter County. We have a crew on the way, and we will, of course, have a live report beginning on CBS 2 News at 5. I'm Kate Sullivan, live in the CBS.